The Patriot soldier had another assault rifle. It's called the Pennsylvania long gun, long rifle, instead of the brown vest. Far more accurate, far more effective. So the citizens actually had a better weaponry than the established government, the tyrannical government that we were under at that time. So I want you to consider, as they say, why does a person need a 30-round clip? Why does a person need a supposed freedom rifle? Well, for freedom, of course.
Yeah.
And that's what we need to be aware of keenly. I cautioned you to educate the young people of your nation on the science of government. And it behooves me and confounds me, if you will, as I visit your schools and I speak with your children. And I ask them, sir, madam, what form of government do you have? And almost without fail, they tell me a democracy. We must educate the citizens of this nation. We are a republic. The rule of law is what governs this land. And those that take that oath of office that Patriot Calhoun spoke of. I was at a very interesting ceremony the other day. It was a community in which the dog catcher was an elected official. And at a city council meeting, he was congratulated, and he had to stand before that city council and raise his right hand and swear to defend and uphold the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. From the dog catcher to your city council, to your police department, to your soldiers, Congress, president, they take that oath. Because you see, their job is to be keepers of the law. And we must remind them that that is their sole purpose, is to defend this Constitution. That is why you put them in office. In my farewell address, I warned you of something else. I wish you would go back and read that document. I was reading your mail, by the way. And in it, I warned you these words. It is a fatal tendency. Now, if I tell you there's a fatal tendency, that's a very serious thing. Would you not think so? And here's my warning. It is a fatal tendency to put in the place of the delegated will of the nation, the will of a party. Often a small but artful and enterprising minority, they are likely in the course of time and things to become potent engines by which cunning, ambitious, and unprincipled men will be enabled to subvert the power of the people and to usurp for themselves the reins of government, afterwards destroying the very engines that raised them to unjust dominion. That is what I warned you about. You must make sure that those that you put in office know that they are keepers of the law, and that is their sole purpose. The way that you're going to protect that is with the Second Amendment. Thomas Jefferson warned you that those that beat their swords into plows will one day plow for those that do not. And that is where we stand today. Will you be a patriot? Also heard that they're considering removing the word patriot from an American history school book because children no longer understand what the word means. Do you think possibly instead of removing it, we might remind them of what it is to be a patriot? One that protects, provides for, counsels, one that gives sacrificially of himself or herself for her nation. That is what a patriot is. And that is what you are. And I'm so honored to be among patriots today. We must remind those, we must stand firm on those principles that founded this nation and made it great. And we must teach the next generation the science of government. How will we do this? We are so small in number. There's 63,000 people in the city of Victoria. We are but a small minority, are we not? I want to encourage you with this as I leave. During the revolution of this nation, approximately a third of the colonists stood with me. And about a third stood with the Crown of England, and about a third in the middle would not commit, wanting to see where it played out before they committed to a side. But do you realize that it was less than 2% that actually stood and fought with me, that gave you the freedoms that you enjoy as a nation? Less than 2%. It does not take a majority, but an on-fire minority, keen on setting fires in the minds of men, as Patrick Henry said. I was fascinated with sailing as a young man. At 16, I had decided to join the British Navy. My mother confounded those plans, and I just knew she had ruined my life. But as I look back today, I realize you would have probably never heard of George Washington if I had gone through with those plans. But I was always fascinated with sailing. Did you know that you can sail a ship against the wind? Quite fascinating. And so goes a poem that I'll leave you with. One ship goes east and another west by the self-same winds that blow. 'Tis the set of the sail and not the gale that determines the way we go. The waves of the sea are as the passing of time as we voyage along through life. 'Tis the set of the soul that determines the goal, and not the calm or the strife. We are in very tumultuous times in our nation. There is a storm. There's a battle raging for the soul of this nation. And you are the patriots, the 2%. Stand firm, patriots. And your people, your posterity, those that come after you, will be a free nation again. May God bless you, and may God bless America. Thank you.
Colonel. At this time, I'd like to ask Zale